Hello. Today I'm going to talk a bit about the medicine wheel. That's the other great strand in the way I live. Shamanism and astrology. They both run alongside each other and I don't know, they're like earth and sky. Shamanism, if you like, is an earth path and astrology is a sky path. So between them, they make a whole. But they're both whole in themselves. But shamanism just has this grip on me. And when I first encountered it back in the mid 90s, it was saying the earth is sacred. The earth herself is sacred. And that was wonderful. That was like ambrosia to me. I couldn't resist it because, well, our cultural background is Christianity that says, well, the world is a creation of the devil. And then its offspring, science, says, well, the earth is dead. It's inanimate matter. And so we'd lost that connection. We put the sacred somewhere up over there, and people debated whether it exists or not. But it is in everything. Everywhere, if you like, is a church. Yeah, everywhere is sacred. And I'd been involved with Buddhism um, for many years, in my 20s and 30s. And that had made me really out of sorts because it was based, in a way, on that Christian model that it's about ascending to higher states of consciousness. And this world is a creation of greed, hatred, and delusion. Yeah. And you flee there off, you flee back here after you've died because you can't stand the white light of reality. That's in the Tibetan Book of the Dead. I mean, I don't want to slag off the Buddhist teachings, but they have their limitations, particularly if they're presented in a certain way, like any tradition. And people get very touchy if you criticize a tradition, a spiritual tradition. But we have to. We have to be able to blaspheme, if you like, because they do have limitations that harm us. And one of the things that harms us is when we make the earth dead or the creation of the devil. It's not. It's sacred. It's beautiful. It's a joyful experience to be here. And to have this life, this dream. It's so rich. Spirit meets this dream called matter, and something magical happens, and we learn and we change, and it's a beautiful place to be. So shamanism made me well again. It's done that twice actually. It's turned me round. And I wrote a book on the medicine wheel. I've got far more to say than I could possibly say in the 10 minutes here. And I'm going to end it up. This is a kind of advert, actually, just to be open about that. I'm going to make you an offer that you cannot refuse. But I'll get to that because I want to talk about the medicine wheel for a minute because I wrote a book on it. Here it is. The medicine wheel is 4 stones in the 4 directions, north, south, east, and west. And there's all sorts of correlations to those directions, including these animals that you can see on there. And they speak to us. They're embodied, they're real. But the main correlation I talk about in my book is the correlation with the 4 elements: fire, water, earth, and air. Or, if you like, sun, rain, soil, and wind. That just makes it really tangible, really concrete. You can feel them, you can smell them. And I wrote a whole book unfolding these 4 elements and the way they interact with each other because fire is initiation, imagination, water is feeling, emotion, earth is embodiment, incarnation. That's what we're here to do. We're here to incarnate. Yeah. Don't just leave it to Jesus. We can incarnate. We are the incarnation. And then air. That is perspective, the ability to stand back and weigh things up, which is very difficult. That's why it comes last. Most people can't do it. They think they can, but we believe what we want to believe about just about everything. Yeah. Whatever the facts say, we hang on to what we believe for dear life. So that's why it's the elder in the north, air, because it takes a long time to get to that point. That's why you can't talk about politics with most people, because they're just so identified with what they believe against the bad guys who are the other side. Anyway, so I unpack our lives because you see, there's all sorts of other correlations: birth, childhood, adulthood, old age, spring, summer, autumn, wisdom. The medicine wheel contains the whole universe. It's beautiful, it's simple, it's practical, it's on the earth, and yet it's metaphysical, it's philosophical, it's psychological, it's ceremonial, and it's practical. It's all these different things. That's the beauty of it. It unites all these different levels that we have as human beings in this simple set of 4 stones. And I have a simple set of 4 stones out in my garden. I've painted them and I keep them there. And they carry my dream, they carry my life. Anyway, I can keep going. I love it. As much as I love astrology as well. And you see, astrology uses those same 4 elements of fire, earth, air, and water in a very similar way. And so does Jung with his 4 psychological functions. He unpacks the human being in the same sort of way. But what the medicine wheel does, it comes from indigenous traditions, which says it's not about your individual wholeness and growth. It's also about your relatedness. Human beings are relational. This is fundamental to indigenous people. They're not the autonomous individual that we have these days. And we need both. We need that sense of there's callings that are located somewhere within me that I need to answer, but they are for the good of the community. I am relational. We're not doing it in a do-gooder sort of way, but you're doing it because you're connected to the community, everything you do. So your life is about coming into balance with yourself and with the community and with the world. It's not about going anywhere. It's not this great autonomous hero achieving something. It's about this profound balance that we're seeking and re-seeking. And that's why the medicine wheel has these 4 directions. You're always trying to balance them, east and west, south and north, and bring the whole thing together. The east and west is the path of spirit, yeah, that which isn't under our control. Yeah? We're born, we die, things come to us, we have interests, they're gifts from spirit. And the north and south, mind and emotion, that's where we have choice. That's where we can work with or learn to live with what we have to be. We have, in a sense, we have to be a human, we have to be here, and we have certain interests and certain family members, for better or for worse. You can't choose them. Anyway, so there's the kind of work. Yeah, fate, east west, free will, north south. It's a great path, and it carries straight over into astrology as well, which is also about finding this balance between all the planets. Anyway, what I want to do, I do offer free astrology readings for anyone who reads my books and leaves a review on Amazon. So The Medicine Wheel by Barry Goddard and Surfing the Galactic Highways, Adventures in Divinatory Astrology. And people who read them say they can hear me talking. But not everyone's a reader. A lot of people are more visual these days. And Watkins Books asked me to create a video course on the medicine wheel. So that's what I'm leading up to. If you Google Watkins Books and Medicine Wheel, or Watkins Wisdom Academy and Medicine Wheel, you will come to my course. If you buy that course and it's 6 hours long and you recommend it on social media in one way or another, I will give you a free astrology reading by Zoom. And an astrology reading tells you what was written in the sky, what stories were written in the sky that pertain to you, because the universe knows you. I will help you see them. And I'll help you own what you love and find the courage to live it in the middle of all your self-doubts, because we all have lots of self-doubts. Self-doubt is almost necessary. We have to earn our confidence. Self-doubt is one of the fires of initiation that we go through. But we're not here just to suffer. We're here to experience joy. We're not here to carry a cross. We have to learn to carry a cross. We have to learn to bear our difficulties, but that's not fundamental. We're fundamentally here to experience joy and to live out our callings on behalf of the whole universe. Right? Anyway, before I get carried away again, Google Watkins Wisdom Academy and Wet Medicine Wheel, and you'll find my course. And then if you say something about it on social media, recommend it. I don't know how else to advertise it. It's hard to find. Yeah. But it's great. I think it's great at any rate. Okay. Till the next time.